Zero DTE options are one of the most powerful and dangerous tools available to retail traders today. After making over $100 million trading on Wall Street, I'm done trading my health for wealth. So instead, I'm here to tell you that zero DTE options are not a shortcut to easy money. They should only be applied in extremely specific scenarios. But when used correctly, they are incredibly powerful. Used too frequently, and they will drain your account faster than you can refresh your P&L. Before I get into how to win and lose with zero DTEs, let's start with the basics. Zero DTE stands for 0 days to expiration. These are options contracts that expire the same day you trade them. If you buy one at 10 a.m., it will expire at the market close that afternoon. There is no extra time for the trade to work out. By 4 p.m., that contract either is value or it's worthless. And trust me, like everyone else, I have had hundreds of these expire worthless on me. There is pretty much no trading instrument where selectivity is more important. As a result, we need to talk about the most critical feature in short-dated options: time decay. Every option has two major components to its price. One is intrinsic value. That's how much it's in the money. Meaning that if you buy a $30 strike call option, and the stock is at $32, $2 of that option's price is from intrinsic value. The other component is extrinsic value, often called time value. Time value is the amount you're paying for the possibility that the stock could move before expiration. The more time there is, the more opportunity there is for movement. And more opportunity means more time value. If that $30 call option is trading for $3 and the stock is at $32, that means you are buying $1 worth of time value. Time decay is simply the process of that time value shrinking as expiration approaches. Think of it like this. If you buy a ticket to an event that happens in 30 days, that ticket has value because there's a full month of opportunity ahead. But if that same ticket expires tonight and there are only a few hours left, its value drops rapidly. Once the event starts, the ticket is worthless. Options behave the same way. Let's say the S&P 500 is trading at $5,000. At 10 a.m., you buy a zero DTE call option at the $5,000 strike price for $50. Most of that $50 is time value because the option is at the money. You're paying for the possibility that the index rallies before the close. Now imagine the S&P just drifts sideways. By 1 p.m., it's still around $5,000. Even though price hasn't meaningfully changed, your option might now be worth only $30. Why? Because several hours of opportunity are gone. There is less time for the rally to happen. By 3 p.m., if the index is still flat, that option might only be worth $15 now. Not because you were wrong on direction, not because the market crashed, simply because the clock kept ticking and the move you wanted didn't happen. By 4 p.m., if the S&P closes at $5,000, that option expires worthless. The entire $50 is gone. That is time decay. And here's what makes it brutal with zero DTEs and how you can very quickly lose your money. Time decay accelerates into the close. In the final few hours, if the move you're betting on hasn't started, your premium can collapse quickly. That is why I said that there's no instrument that demands more selectivity than the zero DTE. You not only need to be right, but you need to be right within a specific window as well. And in the case of zero DTEs, we are talking a super narrow window, or else you can lose the full 100% of your position. But there's another layer that most beginners overlook that really gets them into trouble: implied volatility. Implied volatility, or IV, is simply the market's expectation of how much a stock or index might move. When traders expect a big move, options prices increase because there is more uncertainty and more potential for price swings. When traders expect calm conditions, options prices decrease. A simple way to think about it is this: if a stock normally moves $1 per day, and suddenly there's major news pending, traders expect it could move $5 or $10. Because the potential move is larger, options become way more expensive. You are paying for the possibility of bigger swings. That's great when it's working in your favor, but just as dangerous when it isn't. Because if the options market is expecting a massive move, and you start to run out of time, that decay happens so fast. Now here's where it gets powerful with zero DTEs. The best opportunities for zero DTE options occur ahead of major daily breakouts or right during breaking news events. In those moments, you don't just benefit from price movement, You can also benefit from a sharp increase in implied volatility. Let's use an example. Suppose the stock has been trading quietly between $98 and $100 for several days. Implied volatility is low because nothing exciting is happening. Zero DT options are relatively cheap. Now imagine a surprise earnings release hits or unexpected news breaks, and the stock explodes through $100 on huge volume. Not only is the stock moving higher, but traders suddenly expect larger price swings. Implied volatility jumps. When IV increases, options premium increase, even beyond what the price move alone would justify. So if you bought a zero DTE call just before or right as that breakout started on the news, you can get paid two ways. First, from the stock moving in your direction, and second, from the expansion in implied volatility. That is a sweet spot. You capture the directional move and you capture the volatility expansion in addition to that. Here is also, though, where it can get frustrating for options traders if you predict the price direction, but it isn't moving fast or far enough. If price drifts slowly upward, but volatility remains low or even decreases, you might gain some value from price, but lose value from time decay and falling implied volatility. The forces can cancel each other out. Many beginner traders end up shocked when the stock moves in the direction they thought it would, but they still lose on the option because it didn't go far enough fast enough. This is why I only trade zero DTE options when there are expansion events. Breaking news, major economic data, clean technical breakouts with some urgency. In those environments, volatility expands rapidly. Other traders rush to adjust positions, and that demand for the options can push implied volatility higher, which helps your long option position. But remember, timing and being fast still matters. If you buy options after volatility has already exploded, and then the move stalls, implied vol can collapse just as quickly. That's called volatility crush. You can be right on direction and still lose if IV falls hard enough. So again, confirmation and context are everything with these. That is why it's so critical to find those special moments that make it worth it. In practice, there are 3 specific situations when I tend to play these. Again, you need to be extremely selective, so I'm only using zero DTE options as a tool a few times per year. These tend to be exceptional breakout setups in a strong momentum market, breaking news headlines that haven't yet been priced into the market, and exhaustion gap daily patterns. All 3 of these situations are some of my highest confidence scenarios. You're not guessing with these, you are identifying moments when both price and volatility are likely to expand together and the odds are in your favor. Now here's where a lot of traders really screw themselves over. They don't apply risk management because the premium looks small in dollar terms. The reality is risk management becomes even more critical with zero DTE options. When the premium looks small in dollar terms, traders are tempted to oversize. A few $100s per contract doesn't feel intimidating. Sure, but percentage swings are violent and fast. You can see a 50, 70%, or even 90% drawdown in minutes. It's totally completely normal in this world. So if you're allocating a large portion of your account to one short-dated idea, you are not thinking like a professional. It's just gambling at that point. If you haven't watched my video on 15 years of trading risk management lessons, I highly recommend you watch it after. It's linked in the description. So how do you manage risk with zero DTEs? Before entering a trade, you should know exactly what invalidates the trade. If the breakout fails and reclaims the prior range, you need to be out. If the news-driven move stalls and momentum fades, you're also out. With zero DTEs, hesitation compounds losses quickly because both time decay and volatility shifts are constantly changing. There will be entire weeks where conditions do not justify this kind of leverage. Low volume, no catalysts, no panic. In those environments, time decay and stable volatility become your primary opponents. I know this isn't sexy, but the smartest trade is often patience and avoidance with zero DTEs. I talk a lot about expected value in my videos because it's how elite traders decide when and when not to trade. One of the most beautiful parts of zero DT options is that they allow you to define risk precisely to the premium paid while expressing a short-term, high-conviction leverage trade during genuine periods of volatility expansion. When you act quickly with that conviction, you can benefit from both price movement and the rising IV. But again, when used improperly, they just become lottery tickets disguised as strategy. If you want to learn exactly how I identify high probability expansion events, how I filter for the real breakouts versus the fake ones, and how I start to assess whether these zero DTEs are expensive or cheap. I go deep on that inside my trading course. I break down the frameworks, the playbooks, and the context that helps turn these tools from a leveraged bet instead of a gamble. If you're serious about mastering zero DTEs the right way, check it out. If not, you can always crowdsource trade ideas from Wall Street Bets and let time decay and volatility crush teach you the hard lesson instead. Thank you for watching, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.